Hey, welcome back to the Club Junkie What's in the Bag Week 2. Last week was a great one. It's the first bag of the year. Always exciting and fun to get that one going. It's actually much harder for me to put that together than you guys know of. But before we get into this week's bag, what did I like about last week's? Of course, driver. The Callaway Quantum Triple Diamond Max is, of course, it's just fast. Like, the face is fast. Whether you miss hit a little bit or hit a dead center, it just seems to hold on to ball speed really, really well. The Cobra Mini driver is just a good one. It's one of those fun ones to hit that I wish I could find a spot in my bag for it. I don't know how it would, but I'd like to find a way. And then, of course, the irons, the Wilson Staff Model CV MBs, just super soft. I think the traditionalist player will just love kind of the sound and feel of those irons and playing them. So, well, they don't have any true performance in a sense, hot faces, hollow body. They just make up for it in great, really soft feel. So, good bag last week, hitting in the sim. This week, unfortunately, going to the sim again. It's, pretty cold out this week. It's starting to warm up a hair, but it was still 1 degree the other day when I dropped my daughter off at school. So, still darn cold, but an exciting bag, 14 totally different clubs, and we're gonna start at the top. And the top's a new one that I'm excited to hit. Again, it's kind of a newer one. It's one of those drivers that just not as many people kind of know about or hit as much, and it is the brand new Wilson Dynapower Max Plus. So the Dynapower Max Plus is the brand new one from them. This is their ultra forgiving 10K driver, and super forgiving, ton of perimeter weighting, and it's pretty cool that the previous Max had a titanium crown and kind of looked a little different from the other two models. This one has the titanium crown like the Dynapower Carbon and the LS have, so fits in with the line a little bit better. I think the shape is really good. It's the biggest of the three, but it doesn't look obnoxiously big. It's got somewhat of a traditional look to it from a dress, but overall really, really classy offering compared to last year's. Now, the other two drivers, the Dynapower Carbon, Dynapower LS, are staying in the line. This is just going to be an addition to it, which is pretty interesting. But I've heard some really good things about how fast it is for being a super stable 10K driver. Those typically don't have as much speed as others, but I've heard this one actually is really fast. The face is quick while still being really forgiving. So excited to hit this one and see how it goes, because I really liked the Wilson drivers from last year, and I thought the fairways were spectacular. It'll be cool to see how this one goes this year. But really good one here. It's a 10.5 head, and this one, it does have an adjustable hosel, and instead of standard, we're going negative 0.5 degrees. Yes, they have a 0.5 setting, and typically I don't like to go down in loft, but this is a 10.5 head. I'm turning it down only because I'm a person who misses the ball to the left. It's just a swing flaw for me, and this here looks pretty square when you set it down in the neutral position. I like it to look maybe a hair open if I can, and if you put it in that 0.5, it's probably not going to change loft much, but it does open that face just a touch, and it looks just a little bit better to my eye. So instead of having to go down a full degree or anything, we're gonna go down 0.5 degrees, and that's pretty cool. So we got that set at 0.5 down, and it looks really, really good for a dress. Now, shaft in this one is the brand new UST Mamiya Link PowerCore Blue. So yes, the brand new one. It looks to be the legit one. Down on the tip here, it still has the PowerCore logo, which just like the other retail ones have, which I have the other ones. And this is a blue, so mid-launch, mid-spin, brand new kind of construction on this. I think this is gonna be a really, really hot shaft. It's super stable while still offering you that mid-launch that some people need. So this is a 6 stiff, so 60 gram range blue. And again, I've hit this before. I have all three of them, and this blue feels really good. So this should be a really great combination and should perform really, really well. So that will be driver for this week. And then we're not going mini driver again. We're gonna go a little bit more traditional, but something also brand new. And for 3-wood, this is gonna be the brand new TaylorMade Qi4D Tour. So the titanium one. Yes, this has titanium face, titanium sole, and of course 3 movable weights to go along with the adjustable hosel, so you can really dial it in. But the titanium face, sole, all that, these things are super hot. I know I've hit every version of the Tour since Stealth when they've come out, and ball speeds are fantastic. They do launch maybe just a little bit flatter, and they have just a touch less spin, but for some players, that's what they need. That helps them out. For me, I'm gonna keep the heavyweight back, 2 lighter weights in the front. That will offer a little bit higher launch, add a little bit added spin, but this thing's gonna be an absolute cannon. It definitely is more compact. When you set it down next to the standard one or the Max version, this Qi4D Tour is definitely a little bit smaller, a little bit more traditional looking. It's also got just a slightly deeper face on it than the other two, so teeing it up, hitting off the tee should be no problem. but this thing is going to be an absolute cannon out there. So love the new crown too, kind of like a dark grayish, almost hair copper carbon weave. I've always liked the infinity crown that they do on this thing with you know, no real seam up near the front. Just looks really clean and really classic. On the hosel on this one, just go in the standard setting. So we're just gonna keep it at 15 degrees, nothing too different. I had a few swings with this out at the Kingdom when I went out there last year for the launch, and it was really impressive how fast it was, but we'll see how it goes as I get more swings with it. But always usually a big fan of these heads. So this one is shafted up with the Mitsubishi REAX shaft. Now in the driver, there's the red, blue, and white options. In the fairways is just a fairway version. So this is just the fairway REAX, and it's 75 grams stiff. Should offer kind of that mid ball flight with kind of mid spin, maybe just a hair higher than that. It felt pretty smooth when I hit it out there for just a few swings, but I'm excited to get this thing out. It should offer, you know, good stability. I mean, it's a Mitsubishi shaft, good stability while still offering that height. But a really cool combo here. This thing should be an absolute cannon out there in terms of distance. So the next one, usually I play 7-wood. Well, we're gonna go something a little different than 7-wood this week. We're gonna go to a utility iron. Yes, I know, this is gonna be interesting, but this is the PXG0311 X Gen8. So this is their utility iron. And when I was out there in Scottsdale, Arizona for the launch of this thing, they asked me kind of during my iron fighting of, do you hit utility irons? And I said, well, maybe in the 4-iron, but you guys unfortunately only make one loft in yours, which is 18 degrees, and that just isn't, you know, something I hit high enough or hit consistently enough. So my fitter was like, well, let's just give it a try and hit it so you can say you hit it. And I said, hey, great, let's do it. And I proceeded to just rip off like 3 amazing shots right in a row. So we ended up fitting myself for this. Now this is an X, which is the only one they make. They make it at 18 degrees, but this one here is actually bent 2 degrees weak, so it is actually 20 degrees, yes. It is kind of a 7-wood loft. Now it is a little bit shorter shaft, so it probably is a little bit shorter than my actual 7-wood, but this thing's hollow body, has that kind of elastomer or polyurethane fill in it, so it's super soft, got a ton of speed. It really goes. And when I was playing out at Scottsdale with it, I played it a couple rounds and hit it off the deck. And I tell you what, while it definitely doesn't go as high as 7-wood, it is definitely long. And I got it to a par 5 that I did not think, I thought I was just laying up. And I got it actually just right, but I would have been on the front of the green had I hit it just like maybe 10 yards left. I mean, it was really impressive how far it went. So really hot face, but a ton of, you know, external weight as well. 2 movable weights in the back. These are both neutral. I don't remember what gram weight they are, but they're exactly the same, so they kind of have a neutral feel. You can get heavier weights and put one in the toe or one in the heel, kind of dial it in a little bit more for you, but this thing has actually ended up really good. So 20 degrees on this, good flight. I think the better player is going to love the fact they can fly, you know, hit it high, they can flight it down, they can, you know, hit a fade, hit a draw, they can kind of work it all over the place. And for those players, I think they're really, really going to like this because it's going to sound and feel great as well. But really good head, and this one is shafted up with a Graphite Design Tour AD DI85 hybrid. So yes, the old classic hybrid shaft there. It's been around for a long time, the old orange and white one, but kind of mid to mid-high launching, kind of mid-low spin. I feel like it's a little bit different than the wood shaft. I feel like the handle section feels just a little bit firmer here, and I found more success with this than I have the wood shaft. I've tried the wood shaft in a bunch of woods. Hasn't necessarily been for me, but the hybrid version tends to be just a little bit firmer up top, and I tend to hit it just a little bit better. So really good shaft, been around forever, super smooth and super consistent. So good setup here instead of the 7-wood, and honestly, you can hit that thing off the tee and probably hit some pretty good shots with it as well. Now for irons, we're gonna go no combo set this week. We're gonna go a stock set, and it is my tried and true Callaway Apex Tie Fusions. Yes, the old OG Tie Fusions. I think these feel like they're pretty new, but they're actually a couple years old now. But I forget about this set kind of every year. I feel like that it's, you know, in my bags. I play it in the beginning of the year, and then by the summer, I kind of forget about it. But this set is really good. It is in that player's distance category. It's a smaller, more compact head. It's smaller than AI 200 or anything, or AI 300 from Callaway. A little bit bigger than the AI 150. Kind of fits right in between. And this thing here is really, really solid. Now, the long irons have a little bit too much offset. I will say that. I wish they were just pressed out a touch, and then I think this set would be an absolute monster. Because what does it do well? Well, it does everything. It actually sounds and feels good. Even with a titanium face and a steel body, it feels really soft. It doesn't have a ton of sound to it. It's pretty muted. It's shockingly softer than you would think. It produces a ton of distance, goes high, but it also still has some spin. It doesn't just hit knuckleballs out there. And for that better player who's looking for a little bit of control, especially out of the rough and things like that, this thing actually performs. But it's a really good iron. It goes really straight, really high. It's got a bunch of distance to it. I love playing it like in the cold, like in the fall and in the spring, because when the ball is cold, it's not flying as far. You can make up a little distance with this thing. But I know the finish on this was not necessarily the best wearing finish in the world in terms of the black. They now do have a chrome one though that won't have any of those issues. Just an overall really solid iron. I'm going to play this 4 through pitching wedge, and the forehand I've actually thrown in the bag with my Apex AI 150 set before as well, because it's just that easy to hit, and it goes a long way. So we'll go these 4 through pitching wedge, and the shafts in these are going to be the Aerotech Steelfiber I110CWs. So the constant weights, meaning they all kind of weigh the same. And these things are great, super consistent, super smooth, kind of the OG of like the tour validated graphite shafts. And I know a lot of people are still scared of graphite shafts and their accuracy and all that. I mean, these have been played on tour by a bunch of different people, but the 110 weight, a little bit heavier in that sense. And this thing's constructed as a graphite or carbon fiber base with a kind of metal layer on top of it. So it kind of gives you the accuracy of steel, but it still gives you that softer feel and vibration reduction of graphite. So pretty cool. These are kind of, I'll call them mid-launch. They're mid to mid-high. They have a little bit of spin to them. I think they fit really well to my game. I actually been fit into 110s and 95s in a bunch of different sets as I've been fit throughout the years, and they just overall always feel great and perform really, really well. So Steelfiber I110s in stiff will be the shafts on those. And then we move to wedges. And wedges are going to be my wild set of JP Premiers. So JP Golf, the JP Premiers, these are multi-material heads. So these heads here are actually like a steel body with a titanium backplate. And then inside here is a bunch of weight that they can move around and make sure that the CG is in the right location and they fly the way they're supposed to fly. Really, really cool design on these. I remember when I first got them, somebody I knew in the golf space was like, oh, they don't feel that good. They're kind of harsh, whatever. So I was a little skeptical when I went into it. When I actually hit them on the course, shocked at how good they feel. They're actually really, really soft, and they don't have any of that like hollow body feel to them. They really do feel like a solid forged iron. So this is the 50 degree. This is a mid bounce. You can tell mid bounce by the hosel. There's 2 rings on there. A 3 ring would be high bounce, a 1 ring would be low bounce. This is mid. And the big thing is that the cambered sole, it's got a ton of roundness on the leading edge there, and then everything is cambered, so it gets through the turf really well. It does not dig. I don't care if you are insanely steep in your swing or you play in wildly, wildly soft, wet conditions. These things just do not dig. They get into the turf and they get out, and the divots are pretty minimal. They still do taper off a little bit of the toe, a little bit of the heel, so that way you can still kind of open it up and manipulate them a little bit, but they are great with full-on shots, and this 50 degree plays really, really well. It spins hard, and it just kind of goes straight. It's a really, really nice wedge for a gap wedge. Now the shaft in this one is a VA Composites Synyster. So VA Composites, a little smaller shaft brand in terms of what they do, but they make some really, really high-end stuff. So this is the 120. Synyster first came out as a 110. They brought out the 120 just kind of second half of last year to have a heavier weight option. It works awesome in the wedges. And with these here, they offer kind of like a mid to mid-low launch and low spin. I think they play really well in wedges. They offer just that flatter, more penetrating flight. Super solid feeling, really smooth with some stiffness. And then with these, I kind of tipped them a little different. So I think with a pitching wedge, you need to tip these like, call it 3 inches. I don't remember the exact spec, so don't quote me on that. So this one, I tipped, I think, just like a 1/4 inch less, make it play just a hair softer, because I don't take super full swing to the 50. And it plays just a little bit softer, offers just a little bit more feel. So that is the 50 degree. And then for the 56, we go with the JP Premier, but this is the all black 56 with the standard bounce. So again, 2 rings on the hosel, all black finish. This was, I don't know if it's limited edition, but it's one of the ones they do. It looks really, really good. It's gloss black, got some cool paint fill and all that, wild BB&F ferrules. I just made this kind of cool, but the 56, again, has that cambered sole to it. And this thing plays really well out of a lot of conditions. Playing it square, kind of fuller shot, plays really great there, kind of reduced divot size. You can get around the green, open it up in the rough. You don't have to worry about it kind of getting under the ball and catching it high in the face or anything. It's gonna still, get through the turf well. And then out of the bunker, it's fantastic. Ton of bounce, and it just floats through that soft sand with no problem. So great grooves on these, milled faces, they spin really well. Offer a ton of control around the greens with that great feel, and also they have a nice rounded shape. I like a little bit more rounded wedge. I don't like a super squared off toe and all that. These are a little bit softer, and I like that look to my eye. So These here, shafted up the same thing with the VA Composites Synyster 120s. And this one here, I think I tipped it about a ½ inch less than the gap wedge. So a little bit softer, almost like soft stepping. You're getting a little bit more feel out of it. And again, I take even less than 4 with 50. I'm like maybe 3/4 at the absolute max with a 56. So this is really done with partial swings. And I tell you what, this setup has felt really great. I've liked how this thing has played through pretty much all the conditions. So these wedges have played for me a lot more than I thought they would when I got them. Now, the 60 is, of course, going to be a JP Premier. This one's kind of got the blue titanium finish in the back, which I think looks really, really cool. And yes, that is backplate is titanium. So forged here, this is the 60 mid bounce, and this one here, sole's just a hair wider. Now this one here, again, plays really well when you play it square, when you play it out of a bunker, anything like that. If you're playing super firm conditions and you want to play wide open wedges to hit crazy flop shots, it isn't really built great for that. The leading edge is going to come off the ground a little bit, and it's not going to lay super, super tight, but for everything else, it works really, really well. So again, I like this thing a lot. This is just around the green for me. And again, with that kind of milled face, those grooves, it's pretty aggressive. You can kind of hit the ball to the rough. It still has a ton of control, stops really quickly, and just overall been really, really impressed with these wedges, more so than I thought. I thought these were going to be kind of like the shelf hangers, you know, I'd take them out, play them, and that would be it. They look too cool to play, but they do perform really, really well. So really impressed with these. And same thing, kind of wild paint fill and all that stuff on these, cool ferrule, and the, you know, VA Composite Synyster 120 in this one. And this one, same thing. I think I tipped it about 1 inch less than it's supposed to be. So again, a little bit softer, a little bit more feel. And while the 56 I don't hit full shots with, this thing is all around the green, and you're hitting just, you know, kind of little finesse shots, high lofted shots, whatever it is you need around the green to get it close to the hole. So having a shaft that's a little bit softer definitely adds a little bit of feel to it. So a good one right here, and that is 60. And then finally for putter, or not finally, but for putter, we are going a brand new putter as well. This is the brand new Odyssey AI Dual 7, the 7 half ball. Yes, the 7 half ball. So when you look at the top there, the top has like half of a ball on the top. I've seen some alignment stuff like this in the past. I've never putted with anything like it in person. So I'm actually really excited to kind of putt with this and see how does it look? How does it frame the ball? How do I line it up? I'm usually a straight line guy, and there's straight lines on the 7, like it's all there, but it's definitely unique in terms of the look. So I kind of want to give it a whirl, see how it works out, and see what the fusses are. I remember Justin Rose had something like this on a Scotty Cameron, so it's been around, but it'll just be interesting to see how it goes for me, because I've never done that. So this is, of course, number 7, 2 movable weights on the bottom, and it does have the AI Dual face. So when you look at it, you'll see kind of a 2-piece design there. It's still kind of that, you know, I guess it's polyurethane type material, and there's 2 layers. The AI portion of it, of course, to keep consistent ball speeds when you don't hit it dead center. This one, though, they did add some grooves, some horizontal grooves that are set at an angle, and they're supposed to help with forward roll. So less hopping, less skidding, just getting the ball rolling towards the hole more consistently. So this is, to me, is probably one of the softest inserts I think Odyssey has ever made. I know some people say micro hinge is probably the softest. I think this is maybe just a hair softer than that. So definitely maybe not for everybody, but also S neck on this one, so just a little slant neck. Gives it just a little toe flow through the swing, gives it a little toe hang, so it's going to kind of feel a little bit more like a blade as you swing it. I like the 7S's. I think they feel pretty good. I have an AI1. I had one of the triple tracks from back in the day, and I've got a handful of them, so they do feel really good. So excited to kind of putt with this and see what the fuss is about. And this one, grip-wise, is kind of an Odyssey AI Dual standard pistol. So kind of cool that you don't see a lot of standard pistols anymore on putters. I feel like everything's oversized or reduced taper or whatever. Kind of a cool, this real traditional grip on here. So kind of fun to play that as well. And this is 35 inches, so I'm going to choke down a little bit just to kind of play it at 34, which I like to, but pretty exciting to give this one a shot, because I don't know, just never used something like it before, so let's give it a whirl. And then finally, for ball, last week we used the Pro V1X RCT ball. So this week, let's go Pro V1. Let's just switch it up. So we'll go Pro V1 RCT. So RCT is, of course, the Pro V1 that has under the cover, it's got a little kind of foil layer that runs through it. And that portion will help the radar systems like TrackMan pick it up better. It doesn't do much anything for like a GC Quad, which uses cameras, but this thing here works a lot better. It gives you better consistent numbers and better spin numbers, spin accuracy with these RCT balls. So this is the 2023 model, which is interesting. I didn't realize they're 2023s, but you don't lose these. Like, I only use them in simulators or in nets or whatever when I'm using a radar-based launch monitor, and yeah, just don't lose enough. So I think I still got like 2.5 sleeves of these, or 3 sleeves of these. So, but we'll use the RCT balls because, you know, the place I go, typically use TrackMan, and those work better there. So that is my week 2, what's in the bag. Yeah, check back next week. We'll jump into what I liked about this bag here, and then we'll jump into a new bag for next week, and we'll see what it is. It's probably gonna be 14 brand new clubs, but we'll kind of see what goes into it. So we'll see you back next week.